Morning, YouTube. I wanted to talk to y'all about the 10 Commandments. Some of y'all still have churches that are teaching you that the 10 Commandments are a part of the Bible and that we're supposed to be following and listening and in the Old Testament, the Old Covenant. But a lot of you are getting this new age teaching that the 10 Commandments were demolished and taken out of the Bible. That Jesus no longer follows the 10 Commandments, and a lot of people use the Bible verse that Jesus said that I didn't come to destroy the prophets and the law, but I came to fulfill it. That word for law actually means Torah, and it is concordance number 3551. It says nomos, N-O-M-O-S, and it means the law, including Moses, also the volume and the gospel. That means it's the whole book, right? That's the writings of Moses. That's the volume. That means the prophets. That's the prophets. And it's the gospel. Well, the volume actually means the whole book, I believe. But basically, the whole Bible is our law. But the Torah is very important. Now, Jesus said, I came to fulfill. He didn't come to destroy. Fulfill actually means that he came to teach, to preach it, to show us what it actually means. I believe over in Luke. No, it's Matthew. It is Luke. We'll start with Luke 16:16. The law, the Torah, and the prophets were until John. Since that time the kingdom of Yahweh is preached, and every man presseth into it. 17. And it is easier for heaven and earth to pass than one tittle of the Torah to fail. Right? It's easier for heaven and earth to pass than one jot or tittle from the law, the Torah, the whole Bible, is to pass. Heaven and earth. It's easier for heaven and earth to pass. That's a pretty hard thing. Heaven and earth are old, you know? Like, that's a big thing to be saying. It's easier for heaven and earth to pass than for the whole Bible to pass. That's definitely something, right? Okay, so Jesus showed me in the Bible, in the New Covenant, Jesus speaking to a man. And behold, well, this is Matthew 19:16 through 19. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good things shall I do that I may have eternal life? 17. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. What? Jesus is telling him that if you want to enter into life, you keep the commandments. Let's go on to 18. He saith unto him, Which? Yeshua, Jesus said, Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. 19. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Right? He also repeats it in Mark 17. Mark 10, 17 through 19. He says the same story. He doesn't say all those again. I believe it starts with 19. Thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery. Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness. Defraud not. Honor thy father and thy mother. And also in Luke 18, 18 through 20. But we'll just read the verse 20 because it's the same man. It's the same story. He's saying the same stuff. But in 20, he brings them up again. He says, Thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery. Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness. Honor thy mother and honor thy father and thy mother. So here we are again. The 10 Commandments. Again, he mentions. I want to take you into the Old Testament. I want to take you to a part of the Torah in Exodus 15:26. Exodus 15:26. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of Yahweh, or Adonai Yahweh, that's the Lord thy God, and do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, that's his appointed times, his set times, I will put none of these diseases upon which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am Yahweh that healeth thee. You hear that? I am Yahweh that healeth thee. Heal thee. He heals us through his word, through his Torah, through the first 5 books of the Bible specifically. We'll just talk about those. The whole Bible is important, but these first 5 books he's describing right here, and he's saying, if you read and follow my commandments and follow my statutes, my appointed times, I will heal you. He tells us that he will heal us through his words if we follow his commandments and his appointed times as well. Jesus followed all the appointed times. He followed the feasts. We're appointed to do these things. We're asked to do this. And it's not for a burden. We're not supposed to do these things and it be burdensome to us. We're supposed to do these things because our Father delights in these things. This is his whole word. He didn't write it for no reason. He didn't put the 10 Commandments in the Ark of the Covenant for no reason. There's a reason for these things. So we're supposed to follow the feasts, you know? We're supposed to do this stuff because our Father delights in it. He loves it. Okay, so let's go to Deuteronomy 4:40. Thou shalt keep, 4:40. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which Adonai thy Yahweh giveth thee forever. He's telling us that he's going to that our days will prolong if we follow this. But we have to do it forever. This is a thing. This is something we're supposed to do forever. Read the whole Bible. That's every one of us. Not have somebody teaching it to us. Not have somebody preaching it to us. Get in the Word yourself. Right? Let's go a little further, okay? Matthew 23:23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! For you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the Torah, the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. He's saying you should have done judgment, mercy, and faith along with the things of the Torah, the things of the law, the things of the first 5 books of the Bible. The Pharisees took materialistic things, stuff, things, and they made them seem as they were holy. And they accepted that instead of having faith and compassion and mercy upon the ones that didn't have much. That was a problem, and today it's still a problem. Holiness doesn't, things and stuff, materialism, mammon, does not defy holiness. It's not what it's about. It's not about stuff. Our Father is not a materialistic God. There is Bible verses in here that says you cannot worship 2 masters. You cannot follow God and mammon both. Mammon is materialism, stuff, riches, gold, silver, those things. So he's telling us that the words in this book are very powerful, and they literally save our soul. They keep us healed. They keep us unsick. They keep us alive. The whole Bible, all the words in the Bible to keep us alive. I'll be back to y'all.